Here's the 1964 Plymouth. I unbolted the air conditioning compressor and just set it to the side. That way I didn't need to disconnect any of the lines. And I took the water pump off. And here's the front of the timing chain cover. There's a lot of corrosion in there, and some kind of scale and junk on it. Looks like there's some corroded spots, like here. See if it'll focus on it. And up here. So I have a feeling this might be leading to, this may be where antifreeze is getting into the oil. Now I guess what I need to do is to see if I can get the crankshaft pulley and harmonic balancer off. It looks like there's a bolt in there. I know I've used that bolt to turn over the engine, like to check the distributor, but I've never actually removed that. So I'm not sure what the best way is to do it. I've got an impact wrench. I've got this one, plus I've got an even bigger one too. So you probably should be able to use an impact wrench in some way to do it, but I'm not sure the best way to keep the engine from rotating while I remove that bolt. And then I'll need to use some kind of a puller, get the harmonic balancer and the pulley off, so I can then remove the timing chain cover. Because it does look like that there's a lot of corrosion on there. So this would be a good place to start. So I'll replace that, and then if that doesn't do it, it'll be time to check the intake manifold and then finally the heads. But I'm hoping that replacing this timing chain cover will fix the problem. Here's the, what did I do with the water pump? Well, I put it up on the tractor seat here. Here's the water pump itself. See some corrosion, some green scale and corrosion on there. So I may try to go with just a, might as well go with a new water pump when I put it back together. And then I had a suggestion, and it's a good one, to make a little template for myself of where all the bolts go in the water pump. I just sort of drew an outline of it here and put some of these brackets on here. And then for some of the other bolts, I just put them in little Ziploc bags and labeled. Hopefully the wind won't be too obnoxious here. There's some wind blowing out here. Of course, I took the radiator and the fan shroud off, and I put them in the trunk. There was something else on the fan, of course. I put the fan in there. I disconnected the transmission oil cooler lines. I'm going to go to an external transmission oil cooler when I put this back together. On both the Lincoln and the Grand Marquis, they both use external transmission oil coolers, and I've had real good luck with them. I've had no transmission problems at all. And one of the problems with the Lincoln when I got it was leaking transmission fluid into the radiator. So I think just removing the transmission fluid from the radiator is a good idea. So I'll upgrade to that when I put it back together. I just put a hose on there to keep dirt from getting in there. So next thing I need to do is to figure out how to get off the crankshaft pulley and the harmonic balancer there. And then I can take the timing chain cover off and see if I can get a replacement for it.